Hello, everybody. Welcome back to What If the World Restarted? Here we are. It's a lovely map of Europe. Let's go. If we can move. So, let's get right into it. Here we are. This is our lovely map. Last episode, we had more formations of new countries. We had expansions, and yeah, that's about it. I think there was a war as well. Oh yeah, we had the Great Northern War. Or maybe that was last episode. I can't quite remember. But yeah, we're already on 9. Anyway, let's begin. So, here we are. This is our map of Europe. First thing we're going to be doing today is expanding our countries, expanding some countries. First of all, we got the orange Senegalese nation. They are going to be expanding quite a bit actually because they've developed themselves as a great transport and trade hub in West Africa. Now pushing down the coastline and northward as well up to the border of the purple team. They also pushed inland, but remember, there ain't no Sahara or Arctic because the temperature's different. I wanted to do that to spice up the series because otherwise it would just be like play out in like a normal series. So I wanted to change it different. So yeah, you can build a major city and farm up here in the Arctic, same in Antarctica as well. Here we are. Now the West African coast expanded to something like this. Here they push in a little bit further, but that's roughly how much they're going to expand to. And now we also have the formation of a new country. This could be a mix of settlers and local people mixing together, but we have a country forming in Nigeria, forming over here, quite a large land area. So we get something like this. They'll push up a little bit northern, a little bit more, and they'll extend to roughly places like Cameroon, Benin. Yeah. And they'll move down the coast a little bit on both sides. Here we are. It's our new country. And we have another country forming. I'll last for now. Forming over here. No. Forming over here in Yemen and Oman. They're going to form between the Qatari Empire thingy and the Ethiopian, Djibouti, Eritrea kind of country. They're going to form something like this. Actually, they're going to be a bit smaller than that. Here we are. This is what they've took. It's their land area. Lovely. And straight away, we also have the expansion of the Ethiopian country because they want some more land, so they get the most of Yemen, but they also do push further into Somalia and Ethiopia, and so we get something like this, also taking Socotra. The Qatari Empire also takes quite a lot of land, taking all of this and this little island over here. They also push further into the Saudi desert. No, the Saudi plains, yeah. We're just at the age, we're definitely past the age of farming already, but we're already we're in maybe the Middle Ages, we're approaching, we're maybe about 800 still. So yeah, not too bad. We have the expansion of both the Moroccos, we have the expansion of the Western Sahara country, but it's not really the Sahara, so the Sahara plain, that sounds good actually. They're not invading, we're just fixing the border, don't worry. And then the Moroccan country will have quite a hard time at getting a good border here, so do get something like this. Not too much expansion, but yeah. And then we have the Greek and red teams expanding. The red team goes first, pushing down into this area. Also making a land agreement with this kind of Libyan desert team, Libyan Sahara team. And the green team as well expands, going all the way up to the western Egyptian border. So we reach something like that. Very cool. Something like this. And then we also have Egypt pushing down something like this, and Sudan expanding as well. So now we have the Sudanese team expanding further north. Oh, wrong layer. They're going to be expanding north as they hear about Egypt's expansion, and they aren't very happy. Fair response. They push up to the border, and we get something like this. They also decide to push down until we get something like this. Oh, no, not over there. They also push down the Sudanese coast. And here we are. This is what we have. We also see the Hijazi country. For anyone that doesn't know, Hijaz is like this region, Saudi, Mecca, everything, Medina, stuff. Okay. So they are going to expand. This time going down along the coast and into the area over here. So we get something like this. And they'll start to make a push towards the Qatari team. Oh, okay. Who also does the same. And now we have a new point border. We also have the same thing occurring down here as both the Jazzy team and the Yemeni team. No, Ethiopian teams push towards each other. And here we are, another border. Lovely. They also push down the Somali coast as well. To get something like this. And now we have the formation of our first ever Indian country. They're going to form on this little peninsula. They're basically going to turn into Gujarat, let's be honest. They're going to go down here. Done, yep. This is kind of what we got for first country. Nice. And our second one as well. It's going to form today, because why not? Let's have two Indian countries. This one's going to form. It's quite a coastal one. They're going to get these northern Laccadive, Maldivian kind of things. They're going to just take up the south of India, something like this. And they'll very quickly take over Sri Lanka as well. They're a very fast growing country. Also, I feel like I forgot to put the capitals, so that's exactly what we're going to do. And they're going to give them all a capital. This country's capital will be down here. The Indian country's capital will be in here. This country's capital will be on this peninsula here. This point. Nigerian country will put their capital in here. And yeah, that's mostly it for the new countries. Also just need to give them some more cities, because we need cities, guys. So they've got a city over here and here. Got some new cities in all of these countries. The Qatari country also puts a few more in the mainland. Fix that issue. And one more over here. These guys. Indian country puts a city here. City here. City here. City over here. And here. This country puts puts a city in this bay in Sri Lanka. One on the other side. One over here. One over here. And one on the Laccadive Islands. Here. And finally, the Nigerian country. Oh no, this country over here. They can put one over here, 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 here. They've been trying to better themselves, and that's exactly what they've done. Given a few new cities for all of these guys. Sudan even gets a new city as well. And the Ethiopian country starts to rapidly populate itself, now making new cities as far down as Somalia. Yeah, lovely. And the Nigerian country is going to found a city in Ireland here, one over here, one there. Lovely, done. That's enough of cities for today. And now, very interesting event. We have, drum roll please, a revolution. Interesting. So, as you can see, the European teams have got rather big colonies, and this is quite early for that. Especially the red team, they face quite a lot of trouble with their new part, and this is exactly what is going to happen. We are going to have a civil war breaking out. Wrong map. Fix the border as well. Something like this. Yeah, we're going to have a revolution breaking out because there's quite a lot over here. Or at least for more autonomy. But the red team doesn't do that straight away. We have some specks of a revolution for more greater freedom over here, popping up down in the south regions. The newly colonized parts, they quickly unite together and we have a new front line. However, this one is getting even bigger than the others, capturing this major city straight away and pushing down, creating a solid front line. They also capture this major city and this one, and now rumors of them spreading from messengers has rapidly increased. Why is there? Oh, yeah, this is a big blob as well. And they all unite together, capturing this final major city as well. Now we have a solid front line pushing up. They have a better time over here, encircling a few thousand red team troops and pushing along the coast now. Because remember, back here, there's still less people in the world. They push towards both of these cities. This one falls. However, they are left very vulnerable through this, and they immediately get encircled and pushed back to the city here. However, they know this, so orange forces push deeper into the country, and the siege of the city begins. Forces push over here and begin an encirclement, and they successfully encircle all of this. It's a lot of troops, and this is not good for the red team. The red team doesn't want to get encircled again, so they quickly retreat back to this line over here and create a fortification along the barriers of the city with some wood and sticks and stuff. They do manage to re-liberate the city. However, the red team does push back in and saves their troops, and they retreat from the coast, which allows the orange team to push back over here. And the red team doesn't want to lose anymore. However, the orange keep expanding until all of a sudden the red team surrenders, and this is what we have in our peace treaty. Well, we're going to stay as it is, the yellow team annexes all of what they've got. They put their capital city on this one right here. And yeah, here we are. Our newest country to the world, the Libyan team. Lovely. The red team's colony has just grown a lot smaller. Now we have a war of conquest between two nations. Between the green and the Egyptian team. And three, actually. You'll see what happens. So we've got the Greek team, the Egyptian team, and the Sudanese team. The Sudanese team is going to do the least, but Sudan enters in first. They push over here, capture this major city straight away. And Egypt's like, what? I thought we were friends, buddy. They're like, no, you took my land. Greek forces quickly enter in as well. No, actually, this goes all over to Sudan. Greek forces start an entrance in as well, especially from this major city over here, and head straight towards the capital. However, it's greatly defended along this route. It's one of the famous cities over here. They push along this peninsula, capturing this major city and getting a good foothold in the country. They encircle and capture this one as well. And with Sudanese forces approaching, they push up here and capture this one as well. The Greek team pushes in further from the west. And once, as you can see, Egypt is not looking good. But Egypt sends one final message of hope out to the world. And it's received by none other than the blue team, who fancies a bit of revenge against the Greek team and declares war on them. Fancies a good old land grab and declares war on the green team. Forces from the blue team rapidly advance, out capturing a major city straight away. The Greek team's like, whoa, whoa. And they immediately recall back some of their troops. They get close, they capture the city over here on the Corfu, and they completely encircle the Greek capital city. Oh wait, that looks too much like the ocean. One sec. There we go. Yep. Blue forces have a really easy time pushing in here. But wait. Remember something. The Greeks were in a military alliance. And this gets activated. Lovely. We got a big old war in our hands over Egypt. Thank you, Egypt. So this team's forces will now begin an entrance in. And the blue team's like, whoa. They push and capture a major city straight away. And two, even. And this allows for the Greek team to scramble their forces and liberate the city on the island. They cut off the blue team from access to the Aegean, capturing another major city, but they are unable to capture the other, as it is very well fortified and consolidated in the blue team already. The Crimean team keeps expanding. Now the Bulgarian team expands further now into the country, as this area is left undefended, but the blue team notices what's going on and asks for someone to join the war in exchange for land. They listen and they accept. A new nation has entered the war. The third European war has begun. Forces from this great country immediately enter into the Bulgarian country, and Bulgaria is like, what? They push in, capture this major city over here. Now, what is this? Why is it like this? Forces now are unstopped, and they reach the capital and now have a coastline. This leads to the ultimate retreat of forces from the blue team all the way back to the border, who now even to an extent, wrong color, who now to an extent even push into the Bulgarian country. I think something like this. We have a joint front line here. Wait. Actually, we'll keep this color as well. Forces continue to advance in both countries. The city is captured again, and so is this one. Aegean access is restored. The Greeks are collapsing, and this allows for the Egyptians to push back. As Greek forces have left the country, they push back towards the border. However, they can't really go too much further. They also push back, capturing this major city in the east. And without Greek help, the Sudanese are quite weak. Yeah. They push back, capture this major city, and now Egypt is looking good again. Sudan's like, whoa, 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 please, please, can I leave now? And Egypt's like, you know what? Okay. I'll let you take a little bit of land, but you must promise to not come back again, because I'm going to get you. So the Egyptians and Sudanese agree to give all of this land to Sudan. All of this land to Sudan, including one major city. And the Greeks feel quite betrayed by this, as they left the war when they chickened out. Okay then. Egyptian forces reclaim this area and prepare their troops for a counteroffensive. The Greeks are looking not good, as now revolutionary sentiment starts to spread into this country, with ideas spreading into the green team. And all of a sudden, one day, they boil over as revolutionary forces pop up in the south of their country. And now even spread over across the whole country. Even some with major cities already. And it's really interesting how they are going along the Libyan border the whole time. I don't know. Just me. They expand rapidly and the Greeks start to collapse. This is a whole nationwide collapse of the Greeks. The Bulgarian country finally does lose their capital. And from here, it's all downhill, as now even the purple country has joined in on the fight, declaring war and sending the troops in from the north, reaching the Black Sea. Bulgaria is not looking good. And from here, it's almost a collapse. The whole country surrenders. And even the Crimean team swiftly occupies Crimea. And I know they're not invading, but this is how much they actually took. And yeah, from here, Bulgaria starts to collapse. The blue team forces quickly capture the rest of the country, and it is completely surrenders. Once Greece hears about this, they are really sad. Greece continues to the blue team continues to expand, and the Battle of, we're going to call it Constantinople, occurs. Forces continue to push down and head straight towards the capital, and the siege of the capital begins with yet another encirclement. This time there doesn't look like there's much hope. The Greek team starts to collapse, with now even teams in Anatolia attacking them. It's a worldwide Greek jumping. I'm sorry, Greece. You just got too big. The orange team sends their troops in over here, capturing this major city and all of this front line. Doing something like this. They also push down the Levant until we get something like this, and they are happy to peace out here, which the Greek team takes, but they want all of this land, which they do get. The purple team also now decides it's their time to join the war. So they declare war now and enter their forces in the north of the country. Their aim is purely for land, which they do get. They split a few off. They get this bit over here. And they are happy. So once again, land grab. But now, as the revolution intensifies over here in Libya, with this whole southern region collapsing over to the front, they push towards the northern coast, and from here it doesn't look good, as the final remaining area collapses over to revolutionary forces. Yep, done. Now the revolution starts to aid Egypt, and united against a common enemy, Egypt sends their forces in, and yeah, the rest of the Levant falls. And here, the Greek jumping is almost finished, as now the Greek forces have retreated from all of this land, as they want to just save their mainland. They do have one last counteroffensive, which goes surprisingly very well, to push all the way back and capture all of this land back from the blue team. However, and they even push up and capture this major city, and the blue team is happy to stop here. So the blue team annexes all of this land from the Greek team. They also annex all of, well, actually they're going to annex a little bit more from the green team. They also annex all of this land from Deep Blue team to make it something like this. Just to do some slight border adjustments, not much. Over here as well. Wait, not the last part. I like the last part. This dark green team is going to push over here, annexing roughly all of this land, even pushing over to this bit of coast over here. It's not looking too good for them. The purple team over here will also push over here and annex most of this land, also connecting up here with their front. And the rest of this bit of land over here is created into a new country. Very small one at best, but a new one. And the Crimean country is happy to give up this bit of land as well as the rest of Crimea. So yeah, new country. Cool. The newest country on the map. This Crimean random bit of Crimea, yeah. And the rest of Bulgaria is left with just this part here, destroyed and wrecked. Here we are. This is all they lay claim to now. Not much, is it? That's the choice, though. Greece obviously still has most of the core, but they have lost their entire colony, all of the Levant region, and loads of Turkish land, losing up to this much land over here. All of this just gone. The big chunk, and of course all of this bit. The revolution declares independence as the state. I don't actually know. The state of Cyrenaica, that's what I'm going to call it. They also changed their color to this. And their capital city, which is good because they're already a country, is going to be put right here. Nice. And yeah, lovely. We have now seen the total decimation of the green team. Yeah. The Third European War is over. Finish. Done. Which we can now add to the timeline. And yeah. Let's go to the timeline, everybody. Woo. Here we are. We're going to add this to our little thing. Nope, needs to be a lot bigger than that. Yep, lovely. Let's add this here. The Third European War. Third European War. War plus Greek collapse. (912 AD). Done. Yeah. Right about here. Now we also have to add the Second European War. So the Second European War. Basically, a European war is just a whole continent, or at least 5 countries, or at least 3 countries are involved. Plus slash finish and Russian jumping. Yep, lovely. That's exactly what happened. This was about, let's see, 70. Oh, no, we're not doing that. 900, 660, and about 500, 589, 80. Lovely. Okay. So if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to like and subscribe because there's going to be another one very soon. Goodbye.